So I thought I would sit down and do a little impromptu video. A coworker of mine who knows I'm learning accordion gave me this t-shirt recently, and it's a funny thing. It's a funny thing because it is the kind of activity, learning to play an accordion, that takes you out of your catastrophizing and whatever it is that you're doing in your mind at the time. I find it relaxing and frustrating, annoying, challenging, requiring a lot of attention and time, and then letting the lessons sink in. So taking some breaks so that when a practice is particularly frustrating or long, sometimes I'll give it a day between for things to settle in. And I understand that that's part of how the mind works when it learns. When you're learning a skill, sometimes you don't have to just grind through the practice all the time. Sometimes you have to pause and let the muscles and the mind and let things kind of gel, and let your brain and your nerves and your muscles catch up with what you've just put in there. And I think that's one of the things that what I am trying to do learning accordion is to learn how to practice correctly and to make little corrections as I go, so that I don't start doing something that turns into a bad habit that gets hardwired in. Of course, I realize that bad habits can also be changed, but that takes an equal amount, if not more, work to change those bad habits. So if any of you watching this video see me doing something and know what is the right way to do it, I would invite you to go ahead and comment, because those little comments help me make those adjustments. I am currently thinking about having some lessons to do exactly that. However, I don't really have a lot of time to devote to that, because what I'm doing is I'm working a full-time job, and I have a couple of hobbies which I try to work in around that. And one of those hobbies is learning how to play accordion. The other one is restoring an accordion, and so I am also recording that process. That has been a little bit on hold because I've been kind of busy with work. And that's the reason I hesitate to commit to a series of lessons. But at the same time, I'm thinking that at least a few lessons to diagnose and get me headed in the right direction. And this is something that if you're teaching yourself anything, sometimes you need to have a professional, you need to check in with a person who does it, who is a professional teacher or trainer or professional in that particular thing that you're trying to learn, to help you develop the right habits as you go through your practice, as you go through your learning and your exploring. So that's what this channel is about now. It's about the accordion experience, the experience of learning how to play it, of how to repair it, how to restore it. I have an old accordion that my mother played when she was very young, and it needs some work, and it is in a safe place in storage right now. And what I'm doing is I am learning on an older or a similar age accordion that I bought inexpensively that needed a lot of work, so that I could take it apart and put it back together and learn how to do that the right way on what would be called a junker accordion. And that is another process. It's really, you're picking apart an instrument, learning how it works, finding out what's wrong with it, finding out how to fix that. So it's a very interesting process. And I intend to put more videos up on that process as well. So this is just a little bit of a update of my about this channel. So if you have comments, go ahead and leave them below, and have a look at the videos I've made. I'm also working on getting my equipment for video set up a little bit better without going to great expense. I bought a new microphone to use for video, and I think that it's better. It's not professional, but I don't pretend to be a professional videographer, and that's obvious. But I wanted things to be a little bit easier to understand, because I will talk a lot when I'm practicing, and I want that to be audible. The music itself, it is what it is. It'll be picked up by the same microphone. So I'm not really set up to have separate mics for the instrument, because frankly, it really doesn't matter right now. I'm not good enough to do it. So I will leave it there, and hopefully you'll have a look at my videos. I have some other videos on the channel that you may also enjoy. I do art in Procreate. I haven't been working on the iPad that much recently, but I have a whole series of videos about how I worked through some training, actually, that was very helpful. It was a series of exercises. So that I'll leave it there. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye.